So you know that scene at the end of Return of the Jedi where the Emperor has Luke Skywalker pinned down and is doing like the Force lightning, he's about to kill him, but then Darth Vader picks him up and throws him down the reactor shaft? Well, although I get that that's like poetic, because it's the same thing as when Mace Windu had the Emperor pinned down with the lightsaber, he was about to kill him, and then Anakin Skywalker, the same person, stops him and ends up killing him. It's like the roles are switched, with Palpatine being the one who's dying the second time. I get that, but I just think like Star Wars is meant to be the greatest sci-fi like series ever made, and that's just not a very climactic ending. Even if it like connects perfectly to Revenge of the Sith, it's still just like for the hundreds of hours of canon content with all the shows and stuff that came before Return of the Jedi, I don't know, it seems like not very climactic. So here's what I was thinking, right? You open, right? It's the same as before. You got the Emperor's got him pinned down. He's about to kill him, but Vader, instead of picking him up, he takes out his lightsaber, and he's gonna try and get him. But then the Emperor, instead of being a freaking idiot, he senses the change in the guy, right? Turns to lightning. Again, I get that it's like he's so caught up in his anger and hatred that he doesn't even realize. Again, cool, but what if no, right? So he turns like this, okay? And it's the same thing with Mace Windu again. He's like deflecting the lightning, and it starts killing Palpatine, but then he stops with the lightning because he knows he's gonna die. And then they go in a duel where Palpatine's like using the Force to deflect the sabers and trying to push him out. But like the change in Vader, he's like changed, right? So he he's changed. He uses his doesn't use his anger, he uses his love for his son, right? And he's so determined and so focused on just murdering him, but not with hatred, that he wins. You know, the Emperor's a frail old man, he's been caught off guard, so he's gonna lose. So they get him. Eventually, he gets the Emperor pinned down, like, the little window behind the Emperor's chair where Luke is standing. He looks out the window, see like the battle with the Executor Superstar Destroyer and stuff. He's knocked down, right? He looks out the Emperor looks out the window, and he sees as the deflector shield comes down, and as the Executor, explodes into the Death Star, and then he realizes, even if I survive, I'm still lost, right? So instead of trying to fight Vader, he freaking gets up, tries to run out the door. That is when Vader does a thing. I don't know what. He does a thing that kills him, but in a way that it's believable that he could get back up if he got really lucky. In some way, I don't know. But that's not important. Then Vader and Luke start escaping. They go to a little area where Luke gets on the ship, flies away. But then the Emperor is back. He didn't quite die, but he's like very wounded. He tries to, he uses the Force lightning, freaking supposedly kills Vader, right? Vader falls. Then Luke and the Emperor engage, but the Emperor knows he's wounded, so he doesn't even try and fight Luke. He's just like going defense. He's trying to get onto the ship that Luke was going to escape from. But then, as he's getting on the ship, like Luke's been knocked over or something, Vader gets up, freaking grabs him, and pins down the Emperor. By now, he's taken off his helmet, like in the end, and Luke gets to see his face real quick as he gets on the ship. And then he takes the helmet of Vader with him, so they can still do the scene at the end with the funeral, but just not with the whole body. And he takes the helmet, right? And then, as he gets on the ship and flies away, we see Vader chop off the Emperor's head. So there's absolutely no chance that he survived sequel trilogy. And then there's no chance he survives. Luke goes on the ship, And right before Death Star explodes, kablooey, Luke and Vader lock eyes, and they see each other, and Luke forgives Vader, and everything is good. And then explosion. Luke still has his helmet, so they can still do the funeral thing, like I mentioned. You got the whole Hayden Christensen appearing, Force Ghost. Everything's good, and absolutely no possibility Emperor survived. It all works out. More climactic, even if it's just a little much. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that it should be more or less? Bye.